Now, the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
You're going to be put in tough spots, right? And so how do you respond? How do you create momentum in your own building? I think that's it can't just be from scoring chances, and it's got to be from other areas. And we got a smart hockey crowd, so I think all those are things that our group's got an opportunity to learn.
Michigan State's football team may be on a bye this week, but there is still plenty of exciting things happening on campus this weekend. To be more specific, Michigan State's hockey team, who is ranked number 4 in the entire country, drops the puck with number 2 Boston College here at Munn Ice Arena. Last week, the Spartans started the season by picking up 2 wins at Lake Superior State, and recently we had a chance to catch up with head coach Adam Nightingale to talk about the vibe of this year's team as the reigning Big Ten champions.
Appreciate you doing this.
For sure.
Start the season ranked 4th in the country, obviously high expectations, but how have you seen the group really handle those expectations and get ready for this season?
Yeah, no, we're excited about our group. I mean, we think it's always been kind of our process is, it's nice to be ranked, but that really doesn't matter, and that doesn't have substance. What matters if we get better and improve and tuning out noise. And I think for our guys' development, it's good that you've earned a little bit of respect, but you got to keep it too, and you do that by how you practice and how you train and eventually how you play.
Yeah, having the new banners up here at Munn, seeing the success of last year. Do you guys at all kind of think back to last year at all, now that the season is here, of like what you guys were able to do, or did you have time to process that in the off season?
A little bit in the off season. Then I think our first meeting with the guys is like last year's over, and we got to move on. And we want to do what Tom's done in basketball. Is not just be a great team for 1 year, is be a great program, and we still have a lot of work to do, to get to that. But our guys understand that, and I think that's always kind of been the message. Is like it's just about getting better and keep improving, and so far our guys have.
I love where we're at as an institution. I think our president, AD, football coach, myself. I mean, look what Adam's done over in hockey. It's getting to remind me of back in the days, and back in the days were pretty good.
Yeah, you've brought up Tom Izzo a lot. He's brought your name up too frequently the last couple of weeks. How has your relationship grown with him? Obviously, your offices are pretty close, and you entering now your 3rd year here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel super fortunate, to be able to kind of learn from a coach like him. And to me, sports, it's, doesn't matter the sport. It's all, it's similar type things of you're trying to build a team and trying to build a culture and an environment. And obviously, Tom's done an unbelievable job. And I think he is Michigan State, and what, for him to be willing to spend the time with other coaches to help us grow. And our guys understand that too. We share that with our guys. Like this doesn't happen at every school. And I hope he's got a long time left, and I think he does, and we're going to try to take advantage of much time with him as we can.
Very big. See someone now, 6'5", 6'6". Wonder in front. They score. Michigan State Red Savage equalizes.
For your captain this year, Red Savage, I know the players are the ones that really picked him to be the captain, but what in your eyes stood out about him to be the captain?
Yeah, I mean, he's been a leader a lot of different places, but for me, I just think being genuine and authentic. Like you really want a leader it's not going to change. Like if I'm in the room or not in the room, or on the bus or not on the bus, and I think Red's really comfortable being himself and comfortable in his own skin, and that's I think that's how you earn your teammates' respect. So we think in that whole group of leaders that we have it's a strength of our teams, and even the guys that don't have letters. Like we got multiple guys on our team that have been captains before, and that's a little bit intentional too when we recruit, right? We want kids that have leadership qualities, and we got a group of guys that do.
You remember the first time you met Red or had a first chance to get to know him?
Yeah, it was back when I coached with the national team. I had the 04s, he was an 03, so I'd see him every once in a while. He'd walk by my office and chat a little bit, and obviously watched him in practice and watched him in games, and I think he might have played a game for us at one point, helped our team out with some injuries or whatever. And just a low maintenance guy, he comes from a hockey background, it's just a great family. And again, I think that really stood out to me though, initially getting to know him is Red is who he is, and he's comfortable being who he is, and he should be. He's a great person, he's a great leader, and he'll do a great job for us.
With 17 returning letter winners from last year, what is something you really like about this group that maybe is something that makes you feel really comfortable heading into this year?
Well, I think there's a hunger and a drive to get better, you know, and it's not about last year. It's not about rankings. It's about getting better and becoming a team. And I think that team piece is that. I think that's the most important, right? Is we're going to have to do that again this year. Like I think we're at our best when we play team hockey, and it's not about any one guy, and no one's going to get special treatment. And this group has done a great job of buying into that.
I know the fan base has really grown since you've taken over. What was it like in the offseason, seeing a lot of people just really embrace what you've been able to do here?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I think you look at the tradition of our program and the number of championships and Frozen Fours and All-Americans and players, draft picks and players in the NHL, and then guys are just moving on to being great family men. I mean, it's an unbelievable tradition, and so, you know, we just needed to be a little bit better here, and they were kind of starving for that. And you saw the season ticket sales, right? It's sold out, and students sold out in 4 minutes or whatever it was. So I'm super excited about that, but we got to, you know, not take that for granted. Like you got decisions to make with your money and your resources, and our job is to make sure we go out there and play our best every night.
Last week at Lake Superior State, MSU won the season opener 2-1 in overtime and then won game 2 5-1. And after the break, we're going to be catching up with a few of the team's leaders. But first, our play of the week is the overtime winner the Spartans had this past Friday.
Now, the play of the week, sponsored by Chupan & Sons.
With just 39 seconds remaining in the extra period, Daniel Russell would net the game-winning goal for Michigan State's hockey team, giving the 4th-ranked Spartans a 2-1 win over Lake Superior State in the season opener.
When you're shopping, do you get cash back with cash?
Nope.
What about when you use a debit card?
Not a chance.
But when you use MSU FCU's Cashback Plus?
Heck yeah.
Get up to 20% cash back on your purchases with Cashback Plus. Dining out? Cash back. Online shopping? Cash back. Home improvement? Cash back. Discover more at msufcu.org/cashbackplus.
Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
Michigan State's hockey team had the players vote on captains this year. Senior forward Red Savage will be the one donning the C on his sweater this season, while one of the alternate captains is going to be junior forward Tiernan Schaude. Our Tyler Driesinga recently sat down with Schaude and has more on how one of the smallest players on the ice is also one of the most well-respected players in the locker room.
At just 5'9", Tiernan Schaude is the shortest player on the Michigan State roster, but his statistics suggest he's also one of the toughest. Schaude's 25 block shots were the most among Spartan forwards last season, and he led the team in face-off win percentage.
The little details are really important. They have to be important for me. So I think like a face-off is huge. Like in my mind, it's huge, and I think like a lot of guys in our team have kind of like adopted that mind. Like, okay, this is a huge. Like we need to win this battle, just like any other battle.
Schaude's proficiency in the face-off circle shouldn't be too surprising, considering his youth coach for many years was 4-time Stanley Cup champion Chris Draper, who ranks in the top 10 in NHL history in face-off win percentage.
What did he kind of teach you about what it takes to be good at the face-off circle?
Yeah, I mean, I think he just kind of talked, like, I think he was really good at, like, the importance of a face-off. You can kind of look at a face-off and just be like, oh, it's not that important, like, whatever, like, if they win it. But, like, that's, like, possession to start a shift. Like, that's huge. It can take, like, 5-10 seconds to get that puck back. So, and I think it's just, like, the importance of it and just, like, treating it like any other battle. Like, you want to win that battle. You want to win the face-off. And I think obviously, like, we've talked moves before, like back in the day, not like as much now, especially with his son on Michigan. It's harder to reach out.
Do you model your game after Draper, or who are some of the guys that you model your game after?
Yeah, I mean, I think Chris Draper is like one person that like I really like. If I ever could make the NHL, like that would be someone that I would love to play like. Like he was, whatever, 4th line guy, but like he was also going out there dominating other teams, like first lines, like not letting them score, and then still like bringing the offensive side to us. So I think that's like definitely a person that I would model my game after. And I think obviously him as a coach, like whatever I was always able to ask him questions, and he was always like coaching me. So it's really cool. And then like for me to like be at this level, kind of playing like a similar style that he was, it's like kind of come full circle, but it's really cool.
Shouty played for Draper with his twin brother Travis Shouty, who's now a junior defenseman at Ferris State. As time passes, Tiernan says he's become more grateful for the sacrifices their father Jeff Shouty made to allow him and Travis to chase their hockey dreams.
It's one of those things where you kind of don't really realize when you're younger, like, what he's doing for you. Then as I got older, I kind of gained a new appreciation, like, wow, like, he went to work from whatever 9 to 5, and then take us to the rink, and then wouldn't get home till 10. Like, do it the next day, just really selfless, and like just really thankful that he's so selfless like that, and kind of like just hope to be like that one day.
And playing the game at this level requires, kind of an insane amount of time and energy and everything. For you, where does the drive to do this come from?
Wow, that's a good question. I think kind of just like my family, but like my dad especially, like how much sacrifice he's given to me to like get me into this position. Like I don't want to take that for granted, and him to say like, hey, like why didn't you do this more or do that more? Like I don't want to let people that have given me so much, I don't want to let them down.
This season, Jeff Shouty and the rest of the family will get to see a special payoff for the sacrifices they put in. They'll watch Tiernan take the ice with an A on his chest as one of the Spartans' alternate captains.
What does that distinction mean to you, and does it change anything for you coming into this season?
Yeah, I mean, it just means a lot. It doesn't really, wouldn't say it changes a ton, because I kind of thought like if I wanted to say something, like I had a voice, and like not like guys on the team were like, whatever other captains were like, oh, you can't say something because you're not wearing a letter. I think we have a ton of respect in the locker room, but it means a ton, just like the guys and the coaches and stuff, like to put that trust in me. Like I'm super grateful for that, but it's kind of too much is given, much is expected, so you can't like take that for granted and, I don't know, use it in the wrong ways. You got to be using it in the right ways.
For your dad and your family, we've talked about it, the amount of time and sacrifice that they put in. For them to now see you as an alternate captain on a top 5 team in the country, what does it mean to you to be able to earn that distinction for them and the sacrifice that they put in?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like, it honestly feels like a dream come true every day to like be able to put the Michigan State jersey on and like wear this jersey, but then with the alternate captain, it's just like kind of like the cherry on top, like, wow, like I'm playing for Michigan State, playing for this awesome university every single day, and then to be like named a captain, like I think it meant a ton for them too, like to kind of realize like whatever they put in a ton of work raising me to be the way I am, and I mean it's like kind of a reflection of their character, honestly. So
Shouty is one of 3 alternate captains the Spartans will have this season, as he's joined by fellow juniors Carson Dorwart and Matt Baskell, who both are retaining their alternate captain status from a season ago. And after the break, we're going to be sitting down with Dorwart to have more on his journey to becoming a leader for this program. We'll see you soon.
I love getting out and trying new things, but my seizures have always kept me back. Thankfully, the providers and researchers at MSU Healthcare work together to get my epilepsy under control. So now I can try anything.
At MSU Healthcare, helping you do you is what matters most to us. In fact, it's our mission. Visit healthcare.msu.edu to find a provider.
Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
If there's one thing Boston College's hockey team likes to do, it's scoring goals. Last season, the Eagles averaged 4.5 goals a game, in return a very solid core from last year's group who reached the NCAA championship game. For Michigan State's hockey team, the Spartans averaged just under 4 goals a game last season, in return almost 70% of its scoring from last season. One of those key contributors is Carson Dorwart, who was runner-up on the team in points a season ago, and recently he sat down with our Haley Schoengart.
You're number 3 for you. You get to wear the alternate jersey for the 2nd straight year. What does it mean to you every time you go to your locker and you see that A stitched on your jersey?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to know that the guys see you as a leader on the team. But I mean, I think one great thing about our group is that, it seems like everyone's chipping in, everyone's, I don't need to yell at anyone. So, I think like everyone's held accountable, and we hold each other accountable. So, my job or my position really doesn't change, whether I have a letter or not.
A lot of guys had some professional opportunities come their way this past offseason, you being one of them. What was it about Michigan State that you knew you needed to come back here?
Yeah, I think I look at my previous 2 years and I see how much I've grown as a player and as a person, and I think just, you know, there's so much opportunity to grow more, and at the end of the day, I just don't think I was ready to leave. And, you know, I want to win, and I think we were so close last year and getting a taste of that, and the way things ended, obviously, you know, wasn't the way we wanted it to go, so coming back and, you know, our goal is to win this year.
Your very first game at MSU, you centered the fourth line. You now center the top line. How has your expectations surpassed from when you first stepped on campus?
Yeah, I think my first year I was really just trying to play. You know, I wasn't sure if I would even be in the lineup. So, but you know, I think my work ethic is a strength of mine, and just kind of keeping my head down, doing the work every day, and then, you know, I've always held myself to a high standard. So nothing's really changed there for me. But I think just, you know, now the ceiling's probably higher is what I expect from myself.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about your bestie, Daniel Russell. You guys get to play on the line again. What kind of chemistry does playing with someone for so many years, how does that develop?
I mean, I think it's effortless. You can't really force it, I guess. So, I mean, you see the growth throughout the years, and just, I don't know, it's just, we seem to find each other on the ice, and same goes for Ike. You know, I think he really helped us a lot last year. But yeah, you know, I like playing with both of them. It's great.
Could you have ever imagined that this is what yours and Daniel's hockey careers would look like back in Sioux Falls?
Not at all. I remember when I first got the call, I was pretty shocked that they wanted me. So just to see how far everything has gone, and, you know, the change. And like I said, you know, I was hoping just to play in the first game. You know, I wasn't really trying to prove anything. And then now, you know, obviously I can't have the mindset that I've accomplished a lot. You know, I got to keep working and continue to prove myself. But just feel very blessed to be in the position I am. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a unique way to East Lansing through Coach Jared DeMichael. How did that connection all come about, where your film came across his desk?
Oh man, well, I mean, you could go way back to my minor hockey days. I met him. My coach in San Jose played college with him, so I met him when I was like 15. I wasn't very good then, so he probably wasn't too excited. But and then I think honestly they just needed someone to fill a spot. And you know, I think they saw me as a player that, you know, I played both sides of the puck well, and didn't really have much opportunity anywhere else. So yeah, I don't know. I think just very fortunate that they chose me to fill that role.
You set new career bests in goals, assists, and points.
A chance and a save made by Soulier. The follow-up, and the Spartans scored.
What a play there. I believe it was Carson Dorwart out in front. He goes between his legs, back around Soulier, and goes top shelf over his pad. We get a better look here. Look at this, goes through his legs in front of the net, goes over the pad. Are you kidding me?
What is it about this staff that just has the ability to bring the best offensive game out of people?
I mean, in the gym you see, like, I'm a little bigger than I was my freshman year, so a lot of credit to Will. Like, he spends countless hours with me in there, and then just the competitive atmosphere the coaches bring every day. I mean, I think that's huge for your development as a player. So, and just everything we have here, you know, we have all the resources in the world. So, you know, I want to develop more and be ready to go when I leave here. So just having another year to get stronger, faster, and hopefully score more, you know, it'll be good for me.
Michigan State's hockey team isn't the only program on campus with a few big days on deck. The Michigan State men's basketball team is currently in the Upper Peninsula getting ready to play an exhibition game against Tom Izzo's alma mater, Northern Michigan. We're going to have more on that right after the break.
Welcome back to the MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show.
Michigan State men's basketball coach Tom Izzo is set to enter his 30th season leading the program, and on Sunday he'll be doing something for the very first time and that is coaching a game at his alma mater, Northern Michigan. The Spartans and Wildcats will be playing an exhibition game on Sunday at the Superior Dome in Marquette, and this past week we had a chance to chat with Izzo about what the experience is going to be like for him and what he's looking forward to the most.
I will further recommend that Associate Head Coach Tom Izzo be approved to be appointed as head coach to succeed Judd Heathcote upon his retirement.
First you got to dream something, then you work for the dream, and if you get lucky, it comes true, and for me, the dream has come true.
Coaching a Big Ten basketball program has taken Tom Izzo to a number of places across the country. Maui was the site of his first ever win. Indianapolis was where he won his first ever national championship. And the Breslin Center in East Lansing is where he won his 700th career game. He even went to Spain this offseason with the team, and now he gets to coach a game at his alma mater and go back to the place it all started.
Just kind of remembering back, I wanted to do two things with this. I always wanted to try to give a little back to the places I've been and people that have helped me. I'm going to have my high school coach as one of my honorary coaches there, and that'll be awesome. But more importantly, I think this day and age is I want my players to see where some of us started, because I do believe we're in too much of an entitled society right now. And there's not a lot entitled up there. And that's why I love it.
Izzo mentioned there's high school coach will be an honorary coach and sit on the bench with him on Sunday against Northern Michigan, and that would be Gordy LeDuc, who led the Iron Mountain High School boys basketball team to the regional championship game in 1972, and Iron Mountain lost by 1 point because of an Izzo mistake.
Gordy LeDuc was the infamous coach where I missed the free throw. That would have sent us to the quarterfinals. That started me off shooting free throws for 100 years.
Izzo played at Northern Michigan from 1973 to 1977 and was voted the team's MVP as a senior. In 1990, Izzo was inducted into the Northern Michigan University Hall of Fame and was selected as an inductee into the Upper Peninsula Hall of Fame during the summer of 1998. And this past Friday, Izzo learned from his longtime friend and teammate at Northern Michigan, Steve Mariucci, he will be receiving another honor this Sunday.
You're probably wondering why I'm talking here today. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want to be the first to inform you, Tom Izzo, that your jersey number 10 will be retired at Northern Michigan University basketball.
I was thinking, wow, how did you keep that secret? Because he taped it. He was more fired up than even I was. It was that was a moment. You know, it was a moment because of what it was, but it was a big moment that my best friend, who had gone through it with me, is the one that told me. So I give credit to our people. I give credit to Northern's people. I can't give Mariucci a lot of credit, but I thanked him for it, and it was pretty cool.
This is going to be the first time Izzo will coach a game at Northern Michigan, and after taking countless recruiting visits over the years and seeing where the players grew up, he's looking forward to the players now seeing where he grew up.
I always went to Flint. I always went to Detroit. I always went to Saginaw. I see where those guys were from. They never go where I'm from. And now they're going to get a chance, and maybe that helps them understand me a little bit better. And so I'm excited about that, but I'm really excited that a lot of people from down here are going up. And I think Friday and Saturday night, you know, I am going up there for 2 days, and we just decided we're going to, as I said, make it a little bit historic, and it's going to be an exciting time, and just being around some people. And you know what? As a Division II athlete, and I'm making my first start against Michigan State in my entire career, that hits home a little bit too. It's going to be the Super Bowl for them. This is their chance, you know. They don't get to do this, and not many people give them a chance, especially at home.
The game is going to be broadcasted on the Big Ten Network at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Our Haley Schoengart will be there to cover it for us, and we'll have a full recap on next week's show. As always, we appreciate you tuning in to this week's show. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you later.
We could all use more joy, more silly, more laughter and love. When you make more room in your heart and home for a Michigan child in foster care, you don't just give this joy, you receive it. Become a foster parent to a child until they can safely reunite with their family. Get started at michigan.gov/hope for a home.
When you're shopping, do you get cash back with cash?
Nope.
What about when you use a debit card?
Not a chance.
But when you use MSU FCU's Cashback Plus?
Heck yeah.
Get up to 20% cash back on your purchases with Cashback Plus. Dining out? Cash back. Online shopping? Cash back. Home improvement? Cash back. Discover more at msufcu.org/cashbackplus.